Okay, so let's look at how we lead into the X3XL. Here's the X3XL, and we're going to need this to play scales in the cage system, key of caged in the first box. Where this is where it's all happening, especially for beginners. C, A, G, E, D. You can't play the scales properly without the open capo pattern. And all that is the X3XL. Alright, just a little background on how the X3XL is formed. We have here the S3L is basically a Dorian scale. So we start with a Dorian scale, and then we take it into 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root. So we've got this and this. Okay, but it would be in order, so it'd be. We've got all that when you stack this guy on top of this guy, just like here. We've got 2, 3, 4, starting this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever, all the way up to this R, and then just stack this one on top exactly, and the pattern's going to go to the left. That can't happen around the fret nut. So what happened? I put the two patterns together last year or year and a half ago. I put the two patterns together and actually put 4 of them together. And in this diagram, like I say, in the white here is the S3L. Alright, and then I highlighted the S2L here. You see how there's 2 there, and then there's 2 here. You put them both together and you get a big 7L pattern. This pattern is great because if you do 2 of these, you cover the entire caged, the entire cage system. All right, I'm not going to draw that right now, but you know what I'm saying. It has to do with like just drawing 2 of them like so. It'd be like this. It'd be something like, see the 6-3 here? This is where this one would come in. It only goes down 1 more, and that's it. From here, you have effectively all 5 caged positions, chords, all right, within 6 strings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just a double 7L. All right, you have the 2, which takes you to the. Now this is unwarped now. This is unwarped. So if it would help us, let's just warp this over. Okay, and we'll that way we can identify all the chords. All right. So here it is. Starting with 2 here, we have 2, 5, 7. That's our D shape. The E shape is here, 5 root 3. Okay, then we go to the F shape is the same thing. Going to be pretty much the same thing. It's going to be root 4 or 5, something like that. But let's get the 5 cage. Not worry about F and B have diminished. The A shape is here, 2, 5, 7. All right, that's your A shape. Now I guess this whole thing's done in 5 because we started here. This whole thing is done in the 5th, but it's all the cage shapes. It doesn't matter. So here's the A shape is 2, 5, 7. That's your A that starts on what? Starts on the 5 here. Now it gets a little hairy because what we got to do is underneath the 2 here. Okay, we were looking at the wrong shape, so we were 1 shape off. Underneath the 2 here, we've got 6, 7 root, right? So we're going to need that to fill in this thing. And get the proper chord shapes, so we're not getting it in 5. So now here it is. Here's your 6 string, same thing, double 7L. You get your G shape here with root there, okay? You get your root shape here as an E shape, so cage is C-A-G-E. Here's the G-E, 5, root 3, okay? Then we get cage, G-E-D. D, we get 5 root, and then of course we get 3 up there. There's the 2, there's the 3. You know, we fill that in too if you want. So we could just grab some of this and put it over there. So, you know, fill in the gaps so it doesn't get all confused, right? So here's your D shape root. So now we've got it was G-E-D. Okay, now it gets a little complicated. The C shape's right here, 5 root 3, 5 root 3. There's your C shape. All right, what's left? A. Now A is a little more complicated because what happens is it starts here and it finishes over here. So here's your A shape. It starts here and it finishes over here. It's half and half, but there it is, 5 root 3. So we've got all 5 cage shapes in the double 7L. Now that's not what I set out to show you, but what I set out to show you is in a single 7L, basic 7L pattern, in the middle, when we put together the two S3Ls here and 2 S2Ls there, and they kind of mix together like that, we get in the middle the 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so we finished the little derivation of the S3XL here. And just letting you know that my 7L pattern is pretty good because it goes long ways on the guitar. It covers all 5 if you double it. But fear not, you don't have to use that 7L pattern that we were just talking about here. You don't have to use this pattern. You don't have to play this pattern. And I'll give you the reason. Not the black pattern in the middle. I'm talking about the entire 7L pattern. The reason why you don't have to play that is because it doesn't play like a scale. It's not a pattern. It's not really a pattern, okay? So this is, you know, it's not accurate that it says that this is a pattern like that. It's just a basic 7L. I made this, you know, before I decided that a pattern was going to be something that had to be simplified, ultra simplified, like an atom, you know. You wouldn't look at a molecule or whatever, compound or some, a bunch of atoms, you know. You want to look at the individual atoms. So this doesn't play as a you know, pattern. It doesn't play. I don't know why I'm going to try to play something that doesn't play. Will you sit down, please? Princess, sit down. I've given her plenty of food. Sit down. We'll eat more later. She can get more food when I eat too, you know. So it would be 2, 3, 4, 5, then it has a double there. So this is not a playable pattern, but this is 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's the important thing about a pattern, is it's playable. So this is the pattern we're going to use, and the point is to get into the 5, 6, 7, the longer pattern. We're starting an S2L, an S3L here, 2, 3, 4, then to the 5, 6. So when you see the beginning of an S2L, 2, 3, 4, you know you can springboard into that long pattern. So here we go with this 2, 3, 4 right here, and then into the X3XL. Okay, now coming out of the X3XL, we go from the 5 and the 6 to 7R2. Again, the top 2 parts of an S3L. We'll get you out of it.